It was June 1859. A lone carriage struggled across northern Italy. The gentleman inside, the Geneva merchant Henri Dunant, was on important business. He was determined to be given an audience by Napoleon III, the powerful Emperor of France. Dunant knew that Napoleon was now somewhere nearby with his troops. Dunant suddenly found himself in the midst of a battlefield. Dunant was horrified. Outside the normally quiet village of Solferino, the French and Austrian armies were fighting a terrible battle. By evening, thousands lay dead, dying and wounded. But the medical troops simply could not cope, and the weary and bloodied soldiers on both sides had enough to do just saving themselves and finding their way back to their lines. Dunant forgot all else. Help was crucially needed. Resolutely, he set up a makeshift hospital in a church in the village, where the dying and wounded could receive attention and care in peace and quiet. He was joined by the villagers, the women, the elderly, who tried to help as best they could. They treated the French and Austrians alike, even taking care to record and send their last goodbyes to loved ones. Day and night they worked tirelessly, nursing the victims. Dunant finally returned to Switzerland, but he could not forget. His book, A Memory of Solferino, was published in 1862. Dunant proposed the establishment in every country of a neutral, independent body of helpers who could provide protection and care for the wounded in case of war, regardless of side. The idea was revolutionary and had found willing ears. Shortly afterwards, Dunant and 4 other men formed the International Committee of the Red Cross, the ICRC. In 1864, an international diplomatic conference in Geneva was called. The result was the adoption of the First Geneva Convention for Neutral Humanitarian Aid and Protection for Wounded Soldiers. Many years later, following the First and Second World Wars, other visionaries added more Geneva Conventions. These help protect wounded, sick, or shipwrecked sailors, prisoners of war, and civilians affected by war. But it was Henri Dunant whose initiative and enterprise paved the way and made a difference, showing humanity amidst inhumanity.